welcome back to my channel. I'm here again with another update. I said in my last video, I don't really YouTube anymore, and someone called me a dinosaur. I cried myself to sleep that night. Anyway, here I am with another update. Obviously asked on Instagram again what we would like to see, and it was just basically a general update, but then some people asked specific things and I'm gonna talk about those things. So main things I'm going to talk about are basically there was questions about life after cancer, what have I changed diet wise, skincare wise, and something else. But also someone specifically asked to talk about the Irish healthcare system and the pros and cons. So I might try find a few pros. No, I'm just kidding. I'll talk about that. Life after cancer. Obviously I did an update. It was my last video, and you know, that was talking about work and just life in general, stuff like that. If you want to hear about that, then just go watch that video. I'll be honest with you, one of the biggest changes, look, the thing that I hate the most is the weight gain. Ooh. A few years back, I discovered low carb. Now look, it was frigging 5 years ago. I discovered low carb and it was amazing. I was able to lose weight for the first time, and I managed to maintain a weight which was in and around 52, 53 kilos. Could even go as low as 50 kilos, and that was kind of where I was really comfortable, and I thought, oh, I can wear what I want and whatever. I'm not even in the frigging 50s anymore. Like, it's hard. So low carb doesn't work now because I am basically post-menopausal, and for low carb or keto to work, you basically have to do the whole intermittent fasting. So either you fast for, you know, you do the 16 hours off food, 8 hours on food, or a 24-hour fast, or even longer. I can't do that. I can't do that because I love food and I eat all the time. Oh, things are just different. It sucks. And it's because of the hormone therapy. Obviously, that's what is making me a person that's what's made me someone who has gone through menopause. I produce frigging no hormones at all. The way that my body is as well, like I have so many areas with fatty deposits that I never had before. Like my tummy, people used to be envious of my tummy, and I didn't really appreciate it, but jeez, I am flabby now. Ugh. So yeah, people said, did you change your diet? Now look, when I was going through chemo, I was a freak. I was saying organic only, no meat with hormones in it. Hormone meat probably gave me cancer. I changed the way that my kids ate as well. I said no more processed food, no more nuggets. They're eating real food. I would be in the throes of chemo and cooking meals for them, like batch cooking, so that I'd know that they were eating properly when I was in bed and had no idea what was going on. I've toned that down. You know, okay, yeah, I buy healthy food, obviously, but I'm not so much, oh, that's gonna give you cancer. Like, I'm not crazy. Changing my diet, yeah, I've changed my diet loads of times. I did keto, I did, this stupid low calorie thing. Oh my God, don't ever do it. What is it called? New You. Sorry, New You. And people, oh my God, they're so like strange, but it's like a starvation diet, basically. Like, you starve yourself. It's insane. So basically now I'm just back to eating the way that I used to eat, and I'm hoping for the best. On that then, with the whole weight gain thing, so many people that I know or in like my cancer circle have stopped taking their hormone therapy because of like, well, I mean, weight gain is, I think, actually like the number one thing that bothers people the most. But there's other things as well. I mean, like hot flashes, the fact that we're like 60-year-old women and we're in our 30s, like it sucks. I'm very close to doing the same. I just, like, I want that part of my life back. I'm asexual now. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's crap for Noel, it's crap for my husband as well. Even actually, I was in this cancer support group. God, I want to go back to them, but it's just because with work, I can never go to the meetings. But I remember one of the women was on tamoxifen. I'm on aromacin, but basically they're the same things. She just stopped taking her tamoxifen and she didn't tell her oncologist. And actually somebody else that I know at the moment has stopped taking her, I don't know if she's on aromacin or tamoxifen, but she stopped taking that and she stopped doing the Zoladex injections as well, and also hasn't told her oncologist. And I think it's just because it only increases the survival rates like a tiny percentage, but if your survival rate is already pretty low, then it's a bigger difference. Does that make sense? For me, it's a bigger difference, so it's a bigger decision, but like, you just have to think about the quality of your life. That's the thing, you know. Do I want to spend the next 10 years being depressed, hating my body, having hot flashes, all of the different things? Or do I want to just like lower my, or up my risk by what? I don't know, 3% or something like that? And Jesus, I could get hit by a bus tomorrow. But then also, I mean, like, I have children. I can't be irresponsible about it, you know? This is so chatty. I'm just like, just have, my thoughts are just coming out loud, you know? So I'll just continue. I mean, come on. During chemotherapy, now I never, ever said this here before, but I'll tell you now because I'm not in that place. But I mean, I told you that I was in a dark place, that my head was up. I had suicidal thoughts regularly. I thought that, and I would think about my kids and I'd say, look, they'd be better off without me. Everyone would be better off without me. Genuinely. Like, I look back and I'm like, oh my God, I feel so guilty for the way that I thought. I mean, that just wasn't me. I wasn't me. That I feel a bit like I'm gonna cry. Oh my God. But that's what it does to you. And these anti-hormones make you feel like that as well. And you need to like do other things to balance yourself out. Okay. There was a few questions about my skincare routine. Now, I haven't talked about what I've changed and stuff since being on chemo. So when I was on chemo, I was really careful. And when I was doing the radiotherapy, and sure, actually after the mastectomy as well, because you have to be careful about what you're using around the area and everything. And during radiotherapy, you can't use anything that contains metals, and you would be surprised if you read the ingredients on your skincare stuff, like how many metals are in it, like even zinc, like that's a thing that's always in skincare. But you can't use anything because it'll make the radiation burn worse. Obviously, it's gonna heat up. So during that time, I actually pretty much used nothing. I'm mad for my shower gels and stuff. So when I would use a shower gel, I actually, you know, washed my legs and my arm and stuff. But then when it came to this area, I used the E45 plain wash still. Then cream wise, I used E45 for when I started to get the radiation burns and stuff. And then actually it became quite bad. I didn't realize that it was bad. I thought it was pretty good. But then the radiation oncologist just prescribed some hydrocortisone for me, and that was at the very end really, but that worked wonders. So if you find that it's like sunburn, I mean, you start peeling and stuff like that. If it's bad, then hydrocortisone is the way to go. During chemo, I obviously used all of like the E45 plain stuff. I used this simple, because I always say I use the simple moisturizer. It's not that it's simple, it's that it's simple. So yeah, use that on my visage. And then I was using, what was I using? I forget, was it Vichy or something? I'm not sure. The foundation. Now it's all different. I'm back to normal. I use all of my Imperial Leather, shower gels. So you know, the ones that smell like sweets. Right now it's refreshers. Amazing. I'm gonna get it. So amazing. I love it. It smells like you want to eat it. So good. So back to using all my shower gels and bubble bath and everything. I use purple shampoo. So, you know, in the shower, let it go on my body. Doesn't cause any irritation. Ashton's screaming about something. Oh no, he's not. He's making a siren noise. That's okay. At the moment, I'm using this L'Oreal face wash. I loves it. It doesn't really smell of anything. It smells kind of like roses. Oh, rose and jasmine. Well, that's what it smells like. But obviously there's a bloody petal on it. I'm thick. But also was using the wash of this, the cleanser of the Neutrogena. It's quite similar to this actually. And I'm obviously using this, there's makeup on it, Neutrogena, the Hydro Boost, the water gel. It's kind of like a budget version of the Clinique one. Do you know that the pink, is it pink? I can't remember right now, but the Clinique gel moisturizer, which is lovely, but it's so pricey, and this one isn't, so that's what I've been using. And then I add in these to it. So it's just the ordinary, you know, where did I get them? Somewhere online. But so that's Buffet, and it's a serum with kind of everything in it. So that's the daily one that I use. So I just mix that with my moisturizer, or even just put it on by itself. And then this one is retinol. Now it's the 0.2% retinol, because I've never used pure retinol before and it can be quite harsh on the skin. Also, there's no SPF in this, which is really bad. There's SPF in my foundation though, so I kind of just rely on that. I never wear sun cream because I'm very, very oily. But I have loads and loads and loads of freckles, like sun damage. It's not even freckles, they're like huge. And I know, even though the retinol is supposed to treat that, if you wear retinol in the daytime, it's gonna give you really bad sun damage. So that's actually why they're in these color bottles, because if they're exposed to sunlight, it's not good. So if you have retinol and it's not in one of these orange bottles, then throw it out. So yeah, I use it at night. I use it at the night time, and I mix it with my moisturizer as well. And then in the morning, I clean it off with, oh God, I'm so good, with this micellar water. And actually this is the organic Garnier one. And I'm not sure, I feel like they're gonna discontinue it or something, but it's lovely. I really like it and it smells so good. What is it? Delicate corn flour. But it smells really clean or something. It's lovely. So yeah, that's the skincare routine. I feel like this should be a different video, but I am gonna just include it here. So the pros and cons of the Irish healthcare system. Now, we don't have the NHS here. I know a lot of people who watch think that we do, but we're a different country. We don't have the NHS, and the NHS is brilliant in my eyes, to be honest. We don't. Free healthcare is available to medical card holders. A medical card it's means assessed, so it's basically if you are a low income family. Also, medical cards are given to certain people. Generally, I mean, I don't know a cancer patient who hasn't been able to get a medical card. Now, they make it difficult and it's quite upsetting going through the process of getting it. Medical card will also cover your prescriptions. Basically, you only ever pay €2 or it's €2 now. €2 per prescription. And then even if you get 10 prescriptions in a month, if you won't ever pay over €20, like they just become free for the rest of the month if you've done that. I mean, like, that is amazing. If you think about the Neulasta injection, like some people take Neulasta, others take Neupogen. So an injection to stop you from being neutropenic, a injection to basically keep you alive. Like, what, I can't remember, was it 1,200 or something like that? €1,200 for that injection. How would you be able to pay for that? Like, cancer is expensive. Cancer treatment is expensive. Like, I don't even know what chemo cost. I mean, look, I do, because some other countries have to, like, the patients have to do GoFundMe things and stuff to pay for their, which is just disgusting. It's actually horrible for those people. So we are very lucky, very, very lucky to have that here. Now, if you don't have a medical card, there is still free healthcare. Now, it's not actually free because you do have to pay. If you go into a public hospital, you pay to be seen in accident and emergency. If you have a stay in the hospital, you do have to pay for your nights, you know, but it's, I don't know, maybe, I can't remember what it is. I think €75 or something. I don't know. I actually I don't know, because my health insurance that I did have always covered public hospitals. So I never actually had to pay. You can go along for free blood tests. You can go along for free x-rays and stuff like that. The only thing is that there's always a huge waiting list. So you wait a very, very long time in the public system, but it is free. So we are lucky. When you look at some other countries where people die because they can't afford to live, basically, like they can't afford their treatment or scans or whatever it is, they end up dying. I mean, come on. We are very, very lucky. So the cons, I think that, look, I went to, I'm gonna say the name of the hospital. I went for my radiation, for my radiotherapy. I went to St. Luke's Oncology in St. James's in Dublin. I have never, ever, ever experienced like such a brilliant service than what I got from St. Luke's Oncology. And I am so lucky that I was able to end all of my treatment there. I'm getting emotional again. End my treatment there with them, because they just, after going through a horrible time in the other hospital, it was just amazing, like an amazing experience. They were so professional, they were so nice. Even when there was something going on where, you know, because I had to do the deep inspiration breath hold, and I knew I was doing it wrong and I knew it was my fault, they were like, it's nothing to do with you, it's us, it's the machine, it's this, it's that, it's not your fault and everything. Like, I almost believed it. You know, they were so nice, and so professional, and everything was just, they were lovely people, and they'd have little chats with you, and like you come in after the weekend and they'd know you. You know, they were saying like, oh, did you do anything nice with the boys over the weekend, and this kind of thing. Whereas in the other place, like, they'd have to read it. They'd have to read to know who you were. And it's like, I'm in here every bloody week. Like, get to know your patients. Ugh. Look, I think it actually does need to be a different video. Talking about the Irish healthcare system. I've told you the good things about it, but I have too many things to say about the whole thing, about what I'm not happy about, and I need to watch myself. I don't want to get myself in trouble, but yeah. Right, that's it for the chatty chats. Chatty chit chat chat. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Oh, also, I have 10,000 subscribers now. Like, what?